This is the AEW Collision October 5, 2024 full show results video which takes place at Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio. The show started with a match between Darby Allin vs Johnny TV. The big spot in the first part of the match is a Russian leg sweep from TV to Darby off the ring apron and to the floor below. Johnny TV goes for a splashing twist off the steel steps and misses, and Darby follows up with a coffin drop to the outside. Johnny TV spins Darby out of a razor's edge position and slams him down to the mat for a 2 count. Darby dodges Starship Pain and hits Code Red for a near fall. In the end, Darby Allin hits the coffin drop and defeated Johnny TV by pinfall. Darby grabs a mic and challenges anyone in the back to come out and answer his open challenge for Wrestle Dream, but nobody comes out and Darby calls everyone back there complacent. Allin backs up the ramp and is suddenly attacked by Brody King, and he shoves Allin all the way down the ramp and then powerbombs him onto the ring apron. Brody says he accepts Darby's challenge and it will be just violence at Wrestle Dream. There's an 80s style video of FTR and the Outrunners training together and bonding. The FT Runners have got the stuff. Then we saw a match between the Outrunners versus Grizzled Young Veterans. GYV had the Outrunners set up for a doomsday device at the end, only for one of the Outrunners to break it up, and the other Outrunner used a victory roll to score the upset win over Grizzled Young Veterans. Britt Baker says she belongs in the AEW Women's World Championship picture and she's been watching Mariah, and she's done sitting at home waiting to be called upon. Baker is coming to Title Tuesday ready to fight, and the road to redemption starts now. Willow Nightingale and the Conglomeration are interviewed backstage, and Willow says Britt Baker will have to wait her turn because she's coming for Mariah May 1st. Mark Briscoe then cuts one of his crazy promos with the word of the day and going off on Chris Jericho. The next match happened between Willow Nightingale versus Trish Adora. Mariah May is watching the match in the front row and Willow uses the pounce to gain the advantage, and Adora lands a big crossbody later in the bout. In the end, Willow fires up and hits her powerbomb and defeated Trish Adora by pinfall. Mariah tries to slap Willow in the face after the match, but Willow catches her and drags her over the barricade. Willow tries for a powerbomb on the outside, but Mariah slips out of her grip, slaps Willow in the face, and runs away. Wheeler Yuta is interviewed backstage when he is suddenly surrounded by Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, and Marina Schaffer. Pac and Schaffer take off, leaving Claudio and Yuta to verbally have it out, and Yuta can't understand why Claudio betrayed Bryan Danielson. Claudio says he's never steered Wheeler the wrong way, he wishes Wheeler would trust him, and he will always have Wheeler's back. What did Bryan Danielson ever do for him? Claudio hands Yuta the AEW World Trios Championship and walks off. Mariah May is interviewed backstage about everyone who is coming for her belt, and Christopher Daniels shows up and she gives him an earful. He says it will be Willow Nightingale versus Britt Baker on Title Tuesday. The winner of that match faces May at Wrestle Dream for the AEW Women's World Champion, and Mariah May tells Daniels to blow it out his ass and she storms off. The next match happened between Wheeler Yuta versus Beef, and the result of this match was Wheeler Yuta defeated Beef by submission when he quickly locks him in cattle mutilation for the submission victory. Yuta looks very conflicted as Jon Moxley, Pac, and Marina Schaffer watch on from the audience. Then Hook was interviewed backstage and he calls out whoever attacked Taz for Title Tuesday. No Meyer hiding, come and say it to his face. The next match happened between Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly versus Premier Athletes. Mark Sterling distracts the referee when Orange is about to land the Orange Punch late in the fight. Josh Woods drags Orange out of the ring and Rocky Romero tries to stop Woods, but he is hit with a low blow. Mark Briscoe comes out and gets rid of Woods, and Cassidy takes out Sterling and connects with an Orange Punch on Nice. In the end, Orange Cassidy pins one of the Premier Athletes while KOR taps out the other at the same time to win the match. Lance Archer is busy murdering a bunch of jabronis backstage when Don Callis approaches and asks if he's still represented by Jake Roberts. Mercedes Moné is interviewed backstage along with Camille, and she puts herself over and hypes up Camille. Chris Statlander interrupts and tells these bitches to watch her match later tonight. Then we saw a 4-way match between Hologram versus Commander versus Nick Wayne versus Action Andretti. There are too many cool moves to keep up with here, and the finish sees Commander hit the tightrope walk shooting star press on Hologram. Nick Wayne gets in there and hits Wayne's World on Commander to take him out, and Andretti gets Wayne out of the ring. In the end, Hologram hits his finishing move on Andretti for the pinfall win to extend his undefeated streak to 13 wins. The Beast Mortos is interviewed backstage, but he is a bull and the Undisputed Kingdom confront him and don't understand why he aligned with LFI last week. They say he can't trust LFI, but he can trust them. Don't make the wrong decision, and Mortos is a bull and makes loud noises accordingly. The next match happened between Kris Statlander versus Zoe Lynn, and the result of this match was Kris Statlander defeated Zoe Lynn by pinfall when Statlander destroys her with ease in a quick squash. Mercedes Moné and Camille make their entrance after the match is over, and Moné says she's the face of the women's division in AEW. That means nobody is going to disrespect her, and Statlander will find out what happens when you mess with her. Camille enters the ring. Statlander takes the first strike and they go at it, and Camille takes Kris down with a pump kick. Kris Statlander is distracted by Mercedes and then wiped out by Camille's spinning finisher. Darby Allin cuts a promo backstage and he says he's never pinned Brody King. Tuesday on Dynamite, he wants to see Brody in that ring, and everything Brody has in AEW is because of him. He's the one who told Tony Khan to hire Brody, and Brody wants everything Darby has, but he'll have to work really hard to take it from him. It's announced that Emi Sakura will challenge Mercedes Moné for both of her belts on next week's Title Tuesday edition of Dynamite. In the main event of the show, we saw a three-way match between Private Party versus Top Flight and House of Black. Private Party hits Darius Martin with silly string late in the match, and House of Black clears the ring. Dante Martin gets in there and shoves Malachi into Buddy, and Malachi hits his finisher on Darius. Malachi hits a stomp from the top rope on Cassidy, but it's not enough for the 3 count in action. Andretti shows up and throws a drink at Buddy. House of Black leave the ring to deal with him, and Dante Martin dives on them through the ropes. In the end, Cassidy dives onto the pile as well, and Private Party gets Dante back in the ring and hit gin and juice on him to score the pinfall win. With that win, Private Party earns an AEW World Tag Team title match against Young Bucks at WrestleDream, and they celebrate with the fans as Collision goes off the air.